All right, we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. And if you're out there and you hear me loud and clear, just somebody text me. That way I know I'm coming in loud and clear and everybody's good, as I'm still getting used to using this new Zoom system. But there's a couple things I want to talk to you about. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. I got a list of things I just kind of want to go over, but then I want to spend the last few minutes of today's training talking about the value of referrals. And, it's something I was thinking about over the weekend. This week, the end of this week will be 6 months since we signed on with LifeVantage. And even though we've been in the industry for a couple decades now, there's always new stuff and new trends and new everything that goes on with a new company. And, one of the things that's been a very important part of this company for the 8.5 years that it's been in the network marketing industry is referrals. So I'm going to get to that at the end, but let me just start with this. Just a reminder that if you're not registered for Anaheim, to please register. In July, that's our next Elite Academy. Get your hotel booked. Out there, the company has gotten like 50% off rooms. I mean, the rooms out there were just really ridiculous online. They're around $300 a night, but with the company, they're like $169. So get that done. In case you're not aware of it, the tracker for Puerto Vallarta is now in your back office, and you can check on your points, and see where you are with the trip. If you did a platinum pack, you started off with 50 points. For those of you out there that may not have started with a platinum pack, you can upgrade to a platinum pack, and you'll get your points that way also. But the tracker is working. Tonight, every Monday night, we've been utilizing Gabe and Jill Pearson's opportunity webinar. So tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, just a reminder that there's a live opportunity presentation. I'm not sure who's on tonight. I know Gabe always hosts it and does half of it, and he'll either have another successful LifeVantage distributor with him, or he'll have a doctor with him on the call. I'm not sure who it is, but it's always great. And the other thing I want to remind you is to be taking advantage of three-way calls. And, and with three-way calls, it doesn't mean that you're inadequate. It doesn't mean you can't do it yourself. It doesn't mean you can't get it done. It just means that sometimes it's easier to get a third party on the line and pretty much say exactly what you already said to a prospect, and then they just go ahead and do what you told them to do before we even got them on the call. Sometimes it's just easier. It just gives that little bit of credibility, and it just gives that little bit of credibility. So anyway, keep that in mind. But let me get to the topic that, I do want to talk about, and it's the value of referrals. And, I've had the opportunity to spend time speaking with quite a few of the leaders, around Florida and some others in different parts of the country. And the more I listen, and Saturday's virtual training, just reminded me of this, as we were driving up to Valdosta, Georgia for some baseball and business combination of things that we were working at the same time. And we're listening to the virtual training on Saturday, which was awesome. And I am so excited that we are doing more and more things virtually, where we can have the whole world listening instead of just having 100 people in a room listening. So that is very, very exciting. I know that there's a lot of Super Saturdays coming up on the 21st. So just keep in mind the 21st of generally it's the third Saturday of the month. There's a Super Saturday, and you always want to check the big blue calendar in your back office and see if there's one near you. But not only if there's one near you, look at where they are happening to see if you have distributors within a couple hours driving distance so you can send them there to get trained too. Okay, but right now, the virtual trainings, the Pearsons are the only people in the world right now doing it with LifeVantage, and it's going to be the first Saturday of every month. So that was this past Saturday. Then it'll be the first Saturday in May also. But let me talk to you about a little bit about referrals. And, you know, I don't know what it is, but people seem to be reluctant to ask another person for a referral. And, you know, reluctant in that, I don't know, they feel like they're bothering them, or they feel like that they can only ask if they buy from them, you know, if the person you're talking to buys from you. And I'm telling you, there's a way to ask for referrals that's very, very complimentary. Okay. And there's a way, you know, it's all in your approach. It's all in how you talk to the person. It's all in how you steer and listen in the conversation and the things that were said by the person. But generally, I'm talking about referrals. Okay. It could be referrals for the business. There's no doubt. But the easy way to do this is referrals for the product. And in particular, Protandim, Nerf 1, Nerf 2, and or the Vitality Stack. That's what, you know, I'm talking about in particular. Now, if I'm talking to a person about the health benefits of Protandim, okay, and whether they buy it from me or not, I'm having a conversation with them in regards to their health, in regards to it be doing good for them or doing good for their family or doing good for a loved one. What is wrong with saying, oh, by the way, you know, I would be very, very appreciative if there's anyone that you could think of that may have a similar situation to what we've been discussing, that may be suffering from, you know, a similar ailment, that may be looking for relief in this area. What you're doing is you're asking for a referral, but you're asking for that person to be a caring person. You're asking for that person to recommend somebody that they care about, recommend somebody that they know has had issues with a certain, you know, health thing. You know, it was funny. I was seeing a lot of things on Facebook about people asking, and a lot of this was coming from Brandon Cunningham and Fred Graves and Cassie Graves in their group, but they were all asking, and it all happened at the same time. They were all asking, hey, who are my friends out there into health and fitness? Who are my friends out there that like to work out? Who are my friends out there that, you know, it seemed to be gym related, fitness related, health related, sport related type of, you know, request. And all they did is, who are my friends out there, talking about Facebook friends, okay, that are into or know somebody that is into, okay, health and fitness, or playing sports, or working out, or doing something like that. And I thought it was interesting, and I didn't know what they were talking about. Now, forgive me, I can't pronounce the ingredient, okay? But some huge article or story or something came out recently about, you know, one of the main benefits and ingredients in Protandim, okay? And it's on there, and I'll get it later, and, you know, I'll get the link to it or whatever that I can send out, but that's not the point right now. The point is, they were asking for help, okay? They were asking for who out there was interested or had a passion for health or fitness or sports or working out. That's what they were asking for. And when somebody responded, they were asking them if they had any friends who had similar passions, okay, similar things. And I'm thinking, wait, all this is referral marketing. All people are doing are referring and referring and referring. But let me ask you something. Are you asking for referrals? Okay. And are you doing it and I'm going to use the word politically correct. Okay. Are you doing it in a politically correct manner? Okay. When you're asking for it, or are you doing it in a salesy, cheesy way? See, there's a big difference between doing it in a helpful, caring, politically correct way versus a cheesy, salesy, oh, I don't want you talking to one of my friends. I don't want to be talking to you myself, but you got me cornered right now, and now you're asking me to turn you loose on my friends. Are you kidding me? See, you know what I mean? See, there's a big difference there, okay, between somebody. Now, I know April is really good with this. She's been working that April secret page, and a lot of the people that have gone on to using the product through friends of friends of friends of friends. And lots of product is being sold because of the comments that go back and forth. And remember, a lot of the comments that go back and forth, you cannot read. They're not on the page. Somebody will ask a question about the benefit of the product or if the product could or would help a particular problem. And when they do, okay, then the conversation generally goes offline and becomes a private message conversation. Okay, but you got to get in the habit of, number one, listening to people the way you should. Okay, when you're sharing information in regards to the products and or the business. But number two, learning how to always ask for a referral. Ask them, say, hey, you must have some friends that work out. Would you mind telling them that I got something that could really benefit them? And you may, the conversation may have been something about oxidative stress and how much oxidative stress is created when you work out and the kind of negativity that comes from working out that, along with the benefits that comes from working out. And most people, and I mean probably almost all people, would never have associated negativity with working out. Who in their right mind would do that? Okay, I didn't. Okay, who would think that there would be something negative that could come from working out? Okay, but oxidative stress, and a lot of it is created when you work out. Who knew? Okay, but there's science behind this, and there's ingredients and benefits to our product behind this. And now I know why everybody was asking, who do you know that's into health, fitness, sports, working out? Who are my, health conscious friends? And now I know why that was on the page, okay? Because this article came out. So that led me to thinking about talking about referrals. Now we get them a lot, but I don't ask as much as I should, and I'm going to start asking more. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start asking everybody, who do you know? That's where it comes down to. Who do you know? Who would you like to help? That's a good line. Is there anyone you care about out there that you would really like to help based on the conversation that we've had and the benefits that we've been talking about on Vitality Stack or Protandem or whatever it is, that you may have been talking about? Who do you really care about that you'd like to share this information with? Who would you like to help? Would you mind referring that person to me? And a great way of referring, asking a person to refer, a great way to do it. Would you mind referring that person to me, maybe in a text where you introduce me to them and them to me at the same time? It's funny, but a friend introduced me in April, to Dave Fleming that way. Okay. And that's how we found LifeVantage. Okay. It was a text to two people. It happens all the time. People do it all the time. But that's how I met Dave, and Dave met us. And it was a dual text that went out to, hey, this is so-and-so, and Bob, I wanted to introduce you to Dave, and Dave, I wanted to introduce you to Bob. Here's each other contact information. I think you guys should talk, and that was that, and think about what we've learned about the Protandem, Nerf 1 and Nerf 2. Think about what we know about Vitality Stack. Think about all the stuff that we have learned in the last, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 months, depending on when you signed on, and now start thinking about all the people that could benefit from it, which is everyone. We know that. They don't know that, but we know that, okay? But how many people have you asked for referrals? I bet you haven't asked a lot, because this is the way the business was built for the last 8 years. And honestly, it was built almost strictly with product. Almost strictly with product. And what happened is people referred people, referred people, referred people, referred people to the product. And then when the product worked, as it does, okay, some of them realized, okay, man, I need to get involved in the business here. There's no selling required. All I do is tell. I don't sell. I tell people what it did for me, and they want to buy it or they want to order it. It's really interesting. I got a lead over the weekend. We started running some ads and doing some stuff again and getting back out there into the cold market a bit. And it's really interesting. One of the people wrote back and said, I've heard about this product. I've read about this product. They did all kinds of checking on this product, and it's amazing. This is the first time that I've ever heard there was an opportunity attached to the product. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. I got to find out where he came from. I don't know if he was one of my 5,000 emails. I don't know if he came from, social media marketing or ads that we ran. I'm not sure exactly where he came from at this point. I just know he was a lead that had done a lot of due diligence with the product and said it was the first time he had ever heard there was a business opportunity attached. So what do we need to do? Let's go back. Let's start with this, okay? Everybody that's buying product from you, let's go and ask for referrals, okay? Especially if they're repeat buyers. Just say, man, I know you're loving the product as much as I am. I know you are, okay? So, is there anyone else that comes to mind that you can think of, that you care about, that would be interested in benefiting the same way we are and you are? See, just go back and revisit them. Customer service is a good thing anyway to follow up. If they're on Protandem, you may be able to get them on Vitality Stack, because if the Protandem is working as good as it is, just imagine adding the probiotic and the omega to the equation. Okay, so it's a chance for you to go back, but even if they're already on the Vitality Stack, just go back and ask for referrals. And you can even do this. Sometimes you don't want to approach that person directly, you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. You can say something like this: hey, I know you love the product. I know there's other people that you know and that you care about that would also love the product. There's a business, I don't think I mentioned this to you, but there's a business opportunity attached to this. There's a way people can earn money with this. Is there anyone you could think of that might have an interest in earning money? Or is there anyone you could think of that, would be interested in the benefits of the product? And go revisit everybody. Okay, revisit them and talk to your downline and have them revisit them. Okay, it's amazing when somebody first orders the product, and with the Protandem or the dual synthesizer where they buy them both, a lot of that is being bought, okay, based on somebody verbally telling them what it did and then watching a video. Okay, they never tried it in the first place. They never sampled it. Now, we give people samples, but I'm telling you, the product has got great background, great peer-reviewed studies, great videos supporting it, patents supporting it. It's got a great track record, and a lot of people just buy it. But they're feeling completely different about that product after they've been using it and they're reordering it. You do understand that, right? They originally bought it probably based on the credibility that you had with them. Okay, but they continue to reorder it because it's working. And now their belief factor is way, way, way up there. Yeah, they believed you and they went on it because of you, and that's good, okay? But now in their own heart, in their own mind, in their own head, they know it's working and they're continuing to reorder it and reuse it, and they're on a monthly subscription. Hey, that's a different level, okay? That is a completely different level of belief, and it ain't a bad time to go back and do an, oh, by the way, I would be very appreciative if you could, refer any friends my way. And keep in mind, we got 30 days of that person, if they order, okay, of becoming, they go in your holding tank and they can be placed under anybody you want to place them. And that could be the person who sent them to you, because you could go back to them and just say, hey, there's an opportunity here. I mean, this could be a case where it could be a $50 upgrade. It doesn't even need to be, a platinum pack or a gold pack or a silver pack. This could be a monthly subscription that realizes, hey, I got a lot of friends that would like this, and this could be just a $50 upgrade that they got to do. And you could start placing the people they're referring under them, and then they could start referring those people to themselves. See, the majority of distributors that have joined LifeVantage in the last 8.5 years, the fact of the matter was, I believe the number is 75 or 80% of them were customers first. So what would be, think about it. Why would you not be asking for referrals for customers if you know that 75 or 80% of all the customers, of all the distributors, that have joined LifeVantage were customers first? So let's get busy with the referrals. It's 6 months now. We probably each have some, monthly subscriptions out there that have been online for 2, 3, 4 months. Okay, now's the time to reach out and double check. Okay, and let them know. You can always do the, oh, by the way, or did you know for just $50? Or how many family members, friends, and loved ones do you have that could use the kind of benefits that this product, delivers? So those are my thoughts on referrals. It was something I thought about while I was watching baseball. I have a lot of crazy things go through my head while I'm watching baseball, and they're all business related. So it's great. And, this popped into my head when I was listening, to the virtual Saturday, which was, phenomenal. And there were even more people on it this month. I believe a couple hundred more people on it this month than last month, which is amazing. So let's start asking for referrals on everybody that we come in contact with, whether they buy from us or not, and especially the ones that are already buying from us on our monthly subscription. So don't forget, 9 o'clock tonight, opportunity webinar. And April and I are available as your sponsor, and uplines are all around America to help you build your business anytime with a conference call or a 3-way call. But that's it for now. Have a great day. I hope the information was helpful. Bye-bye.